Hello everyone and welcome to the Bristol Feeder Canal. It's a hop, skip and a jump from my house. It's the place I'm fishing all the time, and I fish here, to be honest, so many times I don't want to make like a million videos about it. But I thought today, I'll bring you guys along. It's a really nice day. It's super loud and noisy. There's traffic going past, there's boats going past, and it's tipping it down with rain. So actually it's a perfect day for the middle of summer here in Great Britain. I'm casting like that because I've got a blooming great big willow tree right above me, which I'm using as a little bit of sort of cover from this rain. There's no such thing as a quiet day, especially at the moment here on the Bristol Feeder Canal. It's traffic. There's the willow tree. It's traffic back and forth. People are leaving work. It's in the afternoon. Over in the distance there, not too far distance sadly, they're building new sort of campuses and college stuff right next to the railway station, right next to Temple Meads. There's a load of building going on the other side of the road. This side of the canal, not this side, but the other side of the canal, they're knocking everything down. The plans are putting new houses and flats in. So it's noisy, noisy, noisy. It's proper urban fishing. And as much as my heart really is in the countryside and the peace and the quiet and the sort of nature and relaxation, sometimes coming to somewhere like this where you do have the nature and the wildlife, but also that sort of urban bustle, is actually quite exciting. It's quite fun. And the fishing here on the canal is always top draw fishing, as long as you're fishing correctly, fishing light lines, light float setups, which is what I'm doing today. There's a little bit of drift on the canal, which isn't ideal. That's mostly because the boats keep going up and down. But yeah, there's still, regardless, no better day out than just being by the canal, not far away from your house, and just relaxing for a little bit, really, getting over everything, getting over what the week has given you at work or at life or whatever else. But also, there's a little bit of joy. There's a little bit of joy knowing that they're all still working and I'm here relaxing. Hate to say it, I know that's mean, isn't it? But there's a little bit of joy. And hopefully some lovely, lovely fish. I think rain might stop play. And I've only just got here. Had a few perch and roach and stuff, but that was no truck or falling brick rubble. That was thunder and lightning, and you do not want to be holding a carbon fibre rod when there's thunder and lightning going on. One sure way of ending your fishing career is fishing during a thunderstorm. I might wait for one more rumble and then pack up. Luckily, it's not too far to go, and I can always come back another time. Yep, that's rumble number 2. Still going. I think this will be the last fish and I'm going. see me again for part 2, guys. Oh, missed it anyway. I'll be back. See you in a minute. Well, a second for you guys, probably a day for me. See you in a bit. And welcome back. It's not quite the next day. I didn't fish for next day. It's for now the next week. And I've got down to the exact same spot on the canal I was before, but there's a problem. Motion nightclub is thumping, absolutely thumping. And I can't fish here. I want a slightly more peaceful spot on the canal. Also, I don't want to get demonetized with all the music they're playing over there in the background. It's bad enough as it is. Anyway, so I'm going to move from this spot further on down the canal, down there somewhere, and find a nice little spot and have another go at it. Hopefully no thunderstorms this time. Let's get moving. Pre-made hook lamps, eh? They curl them round in the little packets, and then you've got to wrestle with them to try and get them out. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to show you a little tip in a minute. But here I am, just a little bit further down the canal, away from all the hustle and bustle of the Motion nightclub. I love a nightclub. I mean, I'm 42, but so don't really fit in with the kids anymore. But I love going out dancing. I love going out singing, and particularly having a few drinks, shall we say, getting a little tipsy. But fishing is much more important to me, and it's far better to be out here, that's for sure. But anyway, yeah, a bit further on down, you get away from all the building. That whole area I walk down at the opposite side of the bank is getting redeveloped. A whole load of flats and houses and shops, and who knows what else is going in there. It's going alongside the university building that's going on up there. There'll be a lot of campus rooms up there for youngsters to get into and do whatever. But yeah, but it's quite nice here, isn't it? Let's move you around a bit. There we go, look. A lot of nice willow trees overhanging. If it rains, I've got a bit of cover overhead. But it's amazing how much different the canal is from one end to the other. It's much nicer here to look at, but I have found in my experiences of fishing this canal an awful lot. More times than I've filmed for you guys. There's less fish down here. I think a lot of having that little turnaround area at the end, and having a lot of people walk past feeding ducks and stuff down that end of it, you get a lot less of that up here. But there's still fish to be had, hopefully. And when I actually get fishing, we'll actually catch a few fish. But anyway, yeah, the hook length I've got out is ready to go. And I'm going to show you a little tip, because all the line is all curly whirly when you first get them out of a pack. One of these little packs here. I've got loads of them. Normally I make my own ones. It's a lot easier and you can keep the line a lot straighter. But I'll show you a little tip for straightening that line for your hook length. Yeah, so there it is, look, sort of all curly whirly. I don't know if you can see, but if you get a hold of the hook and the end, you just need one of these to help you out. Put the line across your knee, pull it, fairly tight, and just rub it up and down like this. Up and down your knee. And it just warms up the line and creates a much straighter length. It's a little bit wibbly still, in which case I can still do a bit more of this. But it's certainly a lot straighter, which is exactly what we're after. Anyway, let's get it on and get fishing. Now, as you saw last time, I was float fishing, but there's a bit more chop to the water today. It's a little bit breezier. I can't really feel it sat underneath all these trees and stuff, but the water certainly can. Got on just a basic feeder today, the little cage feeder, just slides along the line there. It's got a little stop, and that's the hook length I've just put on. Looking a little bit curly-whirly still, but certainly a bit straighter than it was in the packet. What have I got? Let's have a look. Oh, I've got just a little bit of ground bait I've mixed up. I was going to be using a maggot feeder actually, but I think down this end of the canal I'm going to need a little bit of help to get the fish in. So I'm going to try and grab hold of the feeder that's rolled all the way down the end there. Load it up. No free offerings in this just yet. Here we are. I will put a couple of maggots on the end, just to see if there's anything which I could pick up straight away. But I really want to get some bait out there first, some nice ground bait, a nice big bed. So I'm going to fill up the feeder a few times, maybe give it a couple of minutes out there, reel it in, a couple more minutes, reel it in, just to get a little bit of bed down. Then I'm going to put some maggots in between the sort of ground bait and the feeder and start feeding the swim with some maggots. But let's see how we get on. Where's my maggots? Oh, there we are. Oh, I'm losing myself here. I'm losing myself. Always got to keep an eye out for boats. As I've been baiting up the swim, 3 boats have come down, which has actually been pretty good, because I was going to reel in anyway. It gave me a good chance to reel in, rebait, get the bait going out there. I've got a little bit of a bed out there now. I've had a few little twitches, but no fish just yet. It will be a bit slower down here, as I've said, but it just gives me more chance to relax, which is really nice. If relaxing is the word, if you're keeping an eye out for boatloads of people screaming and shouting and playing music, and the little hum of cars going back and forth, and every now and then someone peers over the fence behind me and has a little chat. But I don't mind that. It's really nice. Oh, that was another little twitch. Don't know what's twitching down there. You never can tell with the Feeder Canal. But yeah, it's been a week since the thunderstorm. As you can see, the weather's completely different. Well, it still looks like it's going to rain. But yeah, it's certainly a bit nicer than it was. Although it wasn't too bad. I just didn't want to get struck by lightning. What I could have done, I suppose, is come here, where I've got a nice cover of trees over me. But I still don't like the idea of holding a carbon fibre rod in my hand and lightning passing overhead. And it's not too far away from home, so it's no real pain having to pack up and come back another day. Yes, as expected. Not only is it quieter in volume down here, but it's also a bit quieter on fish too. I've managed to land 1 roach. I've hooked into a couple more, but they've either lost at the net, which was one of them, and the other one, as I was swinging it in, I was being a bit blasé. It was a fish of that sort of size. It just did a little flick and plopped back into the water. To be fair, a good way to unhook them. But I was hoping for a little bit more, I must admit. I'm fishing actually really late into the evening. I didn't actually get down here till 6 o'clock, and there's a little teeny tiny sort of hint of very light rain go through. It's a bit gloomy, but I'm hoping as it goes into dark I'm going to be hooking a few more fish, for any luck, when the fish feel a bit more confident to feed in the sort of twilight hours, as it were. Not that there's a lot of twilight out here. It's a fairly gloomy day, quite cool. But we'll see, we'll see. I keep baiting, I keep waiting, keep dipping my rod under the water for the boats going back and forth, of which I'm expecting another one to go back and forth in a minute. We'll see. But that's fishing, isn't it? It's fishing. It's not catching. I wish it was catching. I wish there was a lot more catching. But actually, in this area here, you still catch a few fish on a good day. Perhaps it's not a very good day today. There's roach and dace and gudgeon and all sorts of fish, particularly bream. And it always reminds me, I was fishing just a little bit further down a couple of years back when I hooked into what I think was a massive carp. I did not get it in. I only had very light hook length on, much as I do today. So if I hook into something that's like a train, then I've still got no chance of catching it. Really must try and catch carp out of either the canal or the feeder. Feeder canal or the harbour itself. But we'll see if we can get this one in, shall we? It's not guaranteed. In fact, I might use a net this time, no matter what size it is. Just to guarantee it gets in here. Here we are. It's a nice little roach again. I actually managed to get one in this time, which is a miracle. Right, let's have you. There we go. It's about the sort of size fish I've been catching, or losing, as the case may be. Nice little barbless hook, comes out in the net easy, and it comes out in the fish easy too, which is what I just did. Thank you very much. It's just pooed all over the place, but plop. Let's get you back in. Oh, and you've tangled up your rig a little bit as well. Thanks, buddy. Check for boots. The fishing's really coming along now. Whether it's because it's getting a little bit dimmer as we go into sort of coming up to night time now, not far off anyway, or whether it's just because I was being a bit impatient. I'd given it about an hour of feeding with the feeder, and I was expecting fish to have moved in by that point. Perhaps I just needed more time. Perhaps I just needed a couple more hours. That's the thing you'll find with feeder fishing, is it's all about building the swim first. Sometimes you catch fish straight off actually, but you're not likely to catch your main bulk of fish straight away, which makes perfect sense, doesn't it? You've got to get the food down first for the fish to find it and get their heads down over it. But yeah, doing very well with the roach now, for one reason or another. In fact, it's one of them days. But it's lovely. It's lovely sat here. It's not very far away from my house, so I can just pop back and head off whenever I like. But I think I'll fish a bit further into the evening, see if I can catch something other than roach. Not that I'm dissatisfied with the roach I'm catching, but it'd be nice to catch a ruff maybe as it gets a bit darker. The ruff will wake up, or anything else really, like a dace or a perch. Where's the perch? Where's the perch gone? This place is full of perch. But whoop! Did I catch that one? Did I hit it? The bites are very sort of timid, and I actually got to a point now where I don't always put the bait out. Oh, perfect. I don't always put the bait out in the feeder every time now, because there's plenty of bites. But I am struggling to catch them. They're very, very delicate. In hindsight, I should have changed the tip of my quiver tip. I've got two of them. I've got one which is slightly more robust. But that was a bite straight away. What's going on? One that's slightly more robust and one that's really, really fine. And I should have changed to my fine tipped one. I knew I should have done. But I can't be bothered now. It's not worth it. I'm enjoying myself. It's not all about catching, as we know. But we will see. Come on, something else. Right, get my net there. There we go. Oh, sorry, I knocked you. Right, let's get the net there. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Well, something other than a roach. They look very similar to roach, don't they? But of course, this is a dace, a very jumpy dace. Look at that. What a wonderful fish. I do love a dace, and this is why you have the net underneath the camera, guys. It's quite a rarity to find dace in canals, but not here. They're plentiful usually. Let's give you a kiss and pop you back, as you're quite lively. With it being so near to the River Avon, covered. The dace and the river fish find their way in here quite easily. So yeah, you can get a good old bag of dace. Usually at the other end of the canal where I was, you catch quite a lot of dace there. In fact, you can see them from the bridge as you look over on a nice sunny day, picking at things. So that's good. Got another species from this swim. Let's see what else we can get. Actually, I'm going to reuse those maggots. Talk about thrifty. Another species. Here we are. A beautiful, get my body out the way, little gudgeon. Look at that. What a stunner. One of my favourite fish, the gudgeon. Absolutely adore them. They may be small, but what a fantastic little fish. Mwah. Let's pop you back. Whee! And gone. Look at that, like a rocket. Right. Oh, it is getting darker now. Probably another half an hour left, I reckon. Let's see if I can get a few more, shall I? Let's be greedy. Right, that's the end of my day here on the Bristol Feeder Canal. 2 days actually, wasn't it, thinking about it? The horrible thundery weather which I had to run away from, and the nice peaceful day today. Well, mostly peaceful, as peaceful as the Feeder Canal gets, right in the centre of Bristol. But it gives you a little bit of a taster of what sort of fish you can catch here. You could pop down for however long you like and just enjoy a beautiful bit of fishing. So many different species you can catch, and don't forget, it's absolutely free. So why not? Why not give it a go? Especially if you live in Bristol and you live local, just pop down. Why not? It's beautiful, beautiful. Well, this end of the canal is beautiful. What they'll turn the other end of the canal into, well, who knows? Anyway, thank you for joining me here, as I say, on the Bristol Feeder Canal. Like this video if you've liked it, and subscribe to the Passionate Piscator YouTube channel. Do all the YouTube stuff, get the notifications, you know, all the stuff. See you next time on the bank. Bye.